then we're going to drop stuff. When last we left our hero. So before the opportunity to get some free wood came up and took all of my free time for like 9 months, I was working on a gaming table. The last piece I was working on was this support that goes underneath, and it needs to be clearance to 1/2 inch to allow the top to slide underneath it when not in use. Anyhow, as you can see, it is quite uneven right now, and I've lost my marks as to where I needed to be on depth. The problem with trying to reestablish my mark is that a marking gauge doesn't really work on this bevel. Maybe if I built one with a real long needle it'd work, but I got a better solution that I stole from Crimson Guitars. Let me show you how that's going to work. So typically we think of a pencil as not being the most accurate marking tool. On the Crimson Guitar YouTube channel, Ben Krogh details a method for marking slot height on a nut using a pencil. Well, a modified pencil. Here's what you got to do. Right, first we're going to take this ferrule off because it's going to get in the way. Plane really small pieces, I find it works well to clamp your plane into your bench vise. Be very careful not to break the wings of it off. You'll notice I'm all the way down on the sole here. And then carefully, slowly, start planing this pencil down until you have 1/2 a pencil. Yes, you can cut yourself doing this. However, if I go slow and have a sharp blade and pay attention to my finger placement, I've had no problem doing this. You will, of course, also want to be taking very thin shavings. Alright, you can tell you're halfway through when the graphite shows its full width. Now let's take this back to the workpiece and I'll show you how this works. Unlike the guitar situation, I don't have a fret wire to reference off of, so I need to find a 1/2 inch spacer. Luckily, this piece of aluminum rail, which is going to be part of the table as well, is just the right height. So I butt it up against here, make sure I'm on a real flat part of my workbench, take the pencil, lay it flat on here, and just simply drag it across. Yes, there still is the issue of the thickness of the line, but you could do this with a marking knife too if you wanted to be super accurate. In this case we don't have an actual joint to worry about, so a tiny bit of variance is okay. If you need to sharpen it, just whittle it down from one side. Okay, and there you are. A much nicer piece. It's not perfect. I went a hair deep. Couple saw marks. Sure, a heck of a lot more serviceable than that mess I left for myself. If you really want to hurt yourself, try this on a belt sander.